This is the new Toyota HiLux GR Sport, and until I began writing the script for this video, I knew very little about this car. I thought, as I'm sure many others would, why would Gazoo Racing bother trying to develop a sporty version of what is essentially just a tradies ute? As I looked into it more, I realised that not only is this car misunderstood, it's probably got the wrong name. A lot of people think that the GR HiLux is supposed to be a really big high-end performance ute. And the name possibly suggests it, there's no denying that, but looking at the numbers objectively, it's easy to see this car like how a lot of others do, a rather disappointing Raptor competitor. However, Toyota themselves have said that this isn't a Raptor competitor and it's not trying to be. It's instead more like a love letter to the HiLux nameplate, the best version of it ever made, for those who are passionate about and have always loved HiLuxes. A car that doesn't detract from the original fundamentals it was built on, but adds to it as well. A simple, reliable ute that can take you anywhere and get you home again. It keeps those fundamentals but builds on it, adding upgraded suspension springs and dampers and things like that. As anyone interested in the car will well know, the engine is not extraordinary, but it is still the most torquey engine that's ever been put into a HiLux. The interior remains pretty unchanged, save for some red seatbelts and GR badging as well. With a few design changes like some aggressive fender flares, like them or hate them, it does make the car look very unique and helps to build upon the idea of this HiLux being a special one. Putting it further into perspective, it's not that expensive either. Starting in the mid-70s, of course, it's expensive for a HiLux, but when you compare that price to most well-spec'd Ford Rangers, especially Raptors, it's not so bad, especially considering this will outlast any American car several times over. This one has been protected in XPEL Stealth paint protection film, with the exception of the front bumper where a bull bar will be installed in the future. Although we had such a short time with it, it was fascinating to see this car transformed from a rather generic glossy white finish to a striking matte finish thanks to the XPEL Stealth. This car was one of the fastest turnarounds I've seen the PPF team do. Although this video is brief, thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in learning more about the GR HiLux, have a look at our social media pages where there will be much more details about the car itself and what we did to it here at MADinc. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next week.